Mepham, welcome to this week's Midweek Update.
Hey Mepham, welcome back to the Midweek Update.
Today, let's look at Foreign Language Week and Women's History Month.
And a huge accomplishment for one of our very own B&B members' relatives. This and more as we check out what's going on this week on Midweek Update. I'm Sammy Rooney.
And I'm Gizzeth and welcome back to the Midweek Update, the B&B show that brings you closer to the people and places in and around the Mepham community.
This week we figured we'd try something new.
Let's start this week's episode by going straight into our feature segment. Take it away, Jacob.
Thanks, Gizzeth. This isn't your typical Midweek Update feature. Something special happened last Friday, something that doesn't happen that often. Mepham alumni Alfred B. Boland Sr. was given his honorary diploma last Friday. Mr. Boland attended Mepham High School in the late 40s, but unfortunately never got to graduate. He made the brave decision to leave before graduation and enlist in the Army to fight in the Korean War. BMB's one and only Matt Manno got to join his award ceremony.
By the power bestowed by New York State Department of Education, I award you with this honorary diploma as a graduate of Wellington C. Mepham High School. Congratulations.
Thank you. Long time. Long time.
On Friday, March 11th, Mepham High School got its most recent graduate when Alfred Boland became a member of the class of 2022.
Well, earlier this week, we received an email from one of our teachers, one of Brianna Boland's teachers, stating that she brought some artifacts from the Korean War into her social studies classes. And I guess Brianna shared with her teacher that her grandfather fought in the Korean War and that he attended Mepham back in the late 40s. And they thought it would be a good idea to honor him in some fashion. So we felt, why not give him an honorary diploma?
In 1950, Alfred Boland was a Mepham student, but when the Korean War broke out, he felt he had a larger purpose.
We were sitting under a tree, me and my friend, and we just decided to go. It was the thing to do. We had to do something, so.
And that something was to go off to war for his country, interrupting Mr. Boland's life and his education for more than 70 years. And that's when his granddaughter, BMB's Brianna Boland, got involved.
I decided to bring them in because we were talking about the Korean and Vietnam War during that time. But for years, my grandpa, Pop, has been always asking me to get him an honorary diploma. But I was such a scaredy cat that I didn't want to talk to Gomez because what kid wants to talk to their principal of their school?
I think, being in his presence is an honor in itself because of the level of service that he's not given not only to his country but also to his community, and looking at how proud and happy his family is and what he's done to bring pride to his family just is something that I'm overjoyed by.
And what does Mr. Boland think about his new diploma?
Oh, it feels great. Really great to come out of this school. That was a good school. I had good coaches, good teachers. My uncle was a head custodian here, Calhoun. He was the principal. He was a tough guy, but we really had a good time here. But we decided the war was more important right now because things were going wrong. We tried to straighten them up.
So from one generation to another.
So much for your service.
And thank you for all your service and for all your work and for bringing your beautiful family to share in this moment.
Thank you for all you did, and a very belated congratulations. For B&B, I'm Matt Manno.
Thanks, Manno. Everyone here at Mepham would also like to wish you a happy belated birthday. We hope it was special. Side note, BMB's Bree Boland is a granddaughter of Alfred Boland. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Jacob. Last week, us here at Mepham got to celebrate Foreign Language Week.
Each day, there were new trivia questions and activity for each language.
Everyone worked so hard to make it the week special and full of different cultures.
B&B's Aidan Sharp got to see how it went for a few different teachers.
Last week, Mepham's hallways were filled with colorful posters, and music from all over the world was played in foreign language classrooms to celebrate an annual event here, World Language Week.
So World Language Week happens every year, usually in March, and it's a week where we really celebrate the cultures and the languages that are spoken here at Mepham and that are taught. Usually we focus on Spanish, Italian, French, and Mandarin, and it's a week to really showcase the culture and give them a moment to shine.
World Language Week encourages Mepham students to appreciate and take further interest in their foreign language classes.
I feel that learning a world language, especially the ones offered here at school, really helps make a person more diverse and worldly and cultured. And I think in the world we live in, I think that's really an important thing to be, cultured and diverse.
What excited the Mepham community most last week was the variety of unique events held each day that delved into the various cultures of the languages taught here at Mepham.
We do run great events. This week we have the mozzarella making event, we have bachata instruction yesterday for Spanish Honor Society, and today we have the French Honor Society making berets.
Ms. Feldman, a Mepham Spanish teacher, a co-advisor for the Spanish Honor Society, has led the members of the Spanish Honor Society in designing an event that celebrates Spanish culture.
We have a Latin dancer coming in on Wednesday when we're celebrating Spanish heritage. So we're doing that after school. We have helped put together the different decorations for World Language Week. We have also put together, since music is our theme, we have chosen a different music video for each language, done a little trivia, and I've created a little trivia question where we take the winners, and at the end of each day, they get a gift card as sort of like their prize.
Ms. Feldman did a great job of finding a dance instructor. I'm looking forward to Wednesday's dance lesson, and that should be a good time.
For B&B, I've been Aidan Sharp.
Thanks, Aidan. The language teachers always work so hard, especially last week.
Everyone has been, especially the women. Now it's time to celebrate them since it's Women's History Month.
Yes, happy Women's History Month to all. Here's B&B's AJ Laverdiere with more about this very special month.
Women's History Month began with International Women's Day, which led to the proclamation of Women's History Week in 1980 by President Carter.
I think that he gave us like a month because we always do so much, and I don't think a lot of people would be anywhere without women because they may not know how to do things.
I think he did that because he also understood how there was so much just like sexism involved in it that he was like, you know what, let's give them a month because they deserve it, they've worked hard for it.
Students share their thoughts on what Women's History Month is and why it's important.
Because women have done a lot of things in history that men couldn't do, and people need to respect that.
It helps prove a lot that women have done during the years, all the history they have made.
I think it's important because I don't think women get enough credit for what they do for our country and the world, and keeping it nice and clean and trying to save it.
I think it's important to celebrate this month because women don't get as much representation as men do.
While many believe this month is just about respecting women, there is much more meaning behind it.
Women's History Month is an opportunity for people to reflect on the achievements that women have made, the challenges that they've faced, and have an opportunity to really kind of look at all of the contributions that women have made throughout history.
So when you think of Women's History Month, who comes to mind?
Like Eleanor Roosevelt,
Harriet Tubman,
Rosa Parks,
Elizabeth Stanton,
probably Michelle Obama,
Amelia Earhart.
For B&B, I'm Adriana Laverdiere.
Thanks, AJ. More impactful women are being recognized every day.
Everywhere, especially in the sports world here at Mepham.
Here's B&B's Makayla Daube with your latest in Mepham Sports.
Thanks, Gizzeth. I'm Makayla Daube here with your Midweek Sports Report. The winter sports season officially ended last weekend, where a select few members of the track team competed at nationals. Amakrina Chichi took 5th place in the 5K, while Cam and Blake took 5th place in the hurdle finals, both coming home with All-American honors. Additionally, Cameron Blake, Christiana Fufas, Michaela Hawthorne, and Giovanna Barrett set a Mepham record in the 4x200 relay. Congratulations to you all on your tremendous work and accomplishments this season. Spring sports are on, and you'll find the Mepham baseball squad, along with your reigning Long Island champion softball team, back and better than ever. The girls' badminton team will be moving up to the top conference for the first time in over a decade, after an undefeated season last year, while the boys and girls lacrosse teams, along with spring track, have also begun this week. Lastly, a brand new district girls flag football team will start March 30th, where the Jets have sponsored our esteemed Lady Pirates. Good luck to all the Pirates competing this season, and I'll be back in a few weeks to tell you about how all of our fantastic teams are doing. For BMB, I've been Makayla Daube. Now back to Sammi and Gizzeth in the studio.
Thanks, Makayla. I can't wait to see all these sports back in action this week.
Another thing this week is St. Baldricks.
Seth, you know that's tonight, right?
Yes, I totally knew that, yeah.
And you know that you only can watch it here on the BMB YouTube channel, or you're actually able to come in person this year.
I can't wait, since I've never actually been to the normal St. Baldricks.
Me neither, but I know everyone has worked so hard to prepare and make it like how it used to be.
But even though the event is tonight, it is never too late to donate.
Never. I hope to see all of you there tonight.
Me too. Well, that's it of this week's episode of Midweek Update. We'll be back next week with all new stories from around the BMCHSD to bring you inside the parts of the community we don't always get to see.
Until then, I'm Sammi Rooney.
And I'm Gizzeth and we'll see you all next midweek.